this is right here. So you have your angle theta right here. Now which side is opposite? Well, it's that one. And which side is adjacent? That one. So we happen to know both those numbers. So that means we're going to use the tangent of theta. So tan theta equals ry over rx.
There
so
we are.
Opposite over adjacent. Now, here's something new. How do you get the angle if you already know the ratio? So on your calculators, you see the 3 button sine, cosine, and tangent? You see right above them, you see sine to the minus 1, cosine to the minus 1. So that's called inverse. Inverse means find the angle for which that tangent ratio is true. So you're going to push tangent inverse and put the ratio 7.831, and you get, hopefully, 43.3. Yes.
This would be, this is complicated. This would be arctan, not cot, right?
Arctan is an antiquated way of saying it, which is totally fine.
Oh, okay.
People do say arctan still. Most people in modern conversation and math will use tangent inverse, but they're both equally valid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. If arctan's what you want to use, and arctan's what you want to use. Arc sine, arc cosine, it's all the same.
I'm used to it too much.
All right, and how much time do we have left? Okay, not enough time to actually go out and do the lab, but I want to show you, I want you to actually look at this. The procedure is on the slide. I'm not going to print out a piece of paper with a procedure. It's on here, on the slideshow. So let me go ahead and clear this out. And we will be doing this tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to be outside, either in the main hallway or out on the field over there.
Okay.
So we'll be outside doing a little experiment. We can actually use this idea of two-dimensional motion to measure the heights of objects that you cannot actually measure with a real tape measure without risking your life. Right? So here's our experiment right here. Right? Have any of you heard of an inclinometer before? Well, look at what the person's holding with that little protractor with something hanging by it in a straw and hanging down vertically. It's called an inclinometer. What it does is it measures by pointing what the angle of the line of sight is of something. I'm going to have you measure the heights of 2 objects. In the hallway, there's a big speaker, an audio speaker on the ceiling in the hallway. Now, how would you actually measure that? Would you get like a ladder and climb up there and take a tape measure and do that? Well, if you're stupid, maybe. You might actually fall on break your neck and die, right?
Yeah.
So we can use one of these. Okay? The other one is, what if I wanted to find out how high is one of those light poles? What's the height of the light pole on the soccer field? How high is that? Well, once again, you couldn't climb it. I mean, I don't know how you would get to the ceiling. You'd like be Spider-Man, climb the wall to get up there. You could like climb the pole. That's pretty tall. Don't fall. You might die. You will die or something. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to actually measure directly. It's really kind of inconvenient. So we're going to use an inclinometer and a tape measure. The tape measure is going to measure on the ground. And you're going to stand somewhere where you can take your inclinometer and point it at the top of the object. And what you've made is a right triangle. Your line of sight is the hypotenuse. The height of the object is the opposite side.
Which we don't know.
And the distance along the ground is the adjacent side. And we can use a tangent function to find out how high the object is.
How do we know how far the line of sight is?
We
don't
don't.
know how far the line of sight is.
We just know the
You
angle.
never ever have to know what the length of the hypotenuse is because we don't care. All we care about is how tall is the object. So we measure the angle using that inclinometer, and then we measure the distance along the ground, and then we use a tangent function to find d. And that gets you the height of the object. That's tomorrow. This should be a 1-period activity. And the actual heights, I'm going to give them to you now. Excuse me. You can be pretty accurate. In the past, when we've done this, students have gotten really good results as long as they read their inclinometer correctly. You should get a, well, Not yet. The next slide has the actual answers, but that's the table I'm gonna want you to create. So in the last minutes of the class, why don't you, in your notebooks, recreate that table so it's ready to go tomorrow.
Okay.
Because you're gonna record your data in that table, and we're gonna measure 3 different baseline distances. And we're gonna find out the height from each calculation. Hopefully your average value comes out to be as close to the correct value as possible.